Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about the power of words. In Psalm 29:4, it says, "The voice of the Lord is powerful." Well, this isn't hard for us to wrap our head around when we think about the account of how the world came into being. God, with his breath and with his words, literally spoke into existence everything that we're experiencing here on this earth. Everything that we touch and feel, the very ground that we stand upon, he spoke it into existence. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and so on and so forth. And so we see God's words are powerful. In Proverbs 18:21, it says, "Words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose." Wow. Words are so powerful that they can kill. They can give life, but they can kill too. And this concept is played out pretty vividly in an account in Genesis 9 in the life of Noah. Now, this isn't a story that we often hear in church, especially in Sunday school, but listen to this. Noah became a farmer and planted a vineyard, and he made wine. One day, as he was drunk and lay naked in his tent, Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and went outside and told his two brothers. Then Shem and Japheth took a robe and held it over their shoulders, and walking backwards into the tent, let it fall across their father to cover his nakedness, as they looked the other way. When Noah awoke from his drunken stupor and learned what had happened and what Ham, his younger son, had done, he cursed Ham's descendants. "A curse upon the Canaanites," he swore. "May they be the lowest of slaves to the descendants of Shem and Japheth." And then he said, "God bless Shem, and may Canaan be his slave. God bless Japheth, and let him share the prosperity of Shem, and let Canaan be his slave." Well, these were pretty harsh words. And what's interesting is if you keep reading, it begins to give you the lineage of these three sons. And what struck me were the descendants of Ham, who Noah had cursed. Listen to this lineup. The descendants of Ham were Egypt, Babylon, Philistines, Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, if you've studied the Bible at all, you probably have come across those names, and you know that these people groups had great animosity against the children of God, the Israelites. In fact, they were continually at war. They were continually coming in, raiding the Israelites, stealing things from them, some of them putting the Israelites in slavery. And I was talking about this story with my oldest son. And he said, "Mom, why did God bless what Noah cursed? Noah was clearly in the wrong. He had drunk too much, had passed out. Why would God support what Noah had said and allow such damage to happen to Ham's descendants and really Noah's own grandchildren?" And these words, these curses that Noah gave, did far more damage than just hurting Ham. It caused this animosity between all of the grandchildren of Noah to where they were all fighting. And there was great grief not only for Ham's descendants, but for the children of God, the Israelites, that came through Shem and Japheth. And so I pondered this for a moment, and then I remembered those scriptures that I mentioned earlier about that God's words are powerful and that words have the power to breathe and bring life or death. And I was thinking about how we are created in God's image, and because of that, he's imprinted certain aspects of his character onto his creation in his people that are made in his image. And so because of that, not only are God's words powerful, but our words are powerful too. And he has given us the choice to decide what we're going to do with our words. And so it wasn't that God was blessing the curses that Noah had spewed out on his son when he woke up and was enraged. He has appointed on each person the power to speak life and death. And Noah that day chose wrongly, and the ramifications of his wrong choice were felt for years and years and years and years. And it took a righteous one, Jesus, to undo that damage. And so our words too are powerful. But God is a redemptive God, and he can undo the damage that we've done or the damage that's been done to us. And so I want you today to be aware that your words are powerful. And if, as I've been talking, you've been thinking about things that you've said over people, whether their ears have heard it or it's just gone out into the atmosphere, and you know that what we say, carries weight and can go beyond just where we are. People's spirits pick up the things that we say, whether it's life-giving or death. And so if you're remembering things that you've said over people, I want you to know that God can come and he can redeem those things. And you can ask him to fix the damage that your words have spoken. And you can begin to bless where you have once cursed. And if you have the capacity to be able to go to that person and to apologize and to say, I'm sorry for what I've said, and then to be able to speak life into them, that's great. But even just speaking it out in prayer and releasing it into the atmosphere does great things too. I was talking with a friend, and we were talking about those times that we just don't win as parents, and maybe we have a bad day and we say something that we don't mean, or we just are neglecting one kid and not meeting their needs. And we know that their little love tanks are kind of running on empty. And she was talking about how she'll often go into their room at night after they are sleeping, and she will just begin to bless their spirit and just release prayer and blessing over them, and apologizing for where she's fallen short that day, and just asking Jesus to come and cover where she lacked. And so that's a very practical and simple thing that we can do. But we can always take the Bible. There's all kinds of promises and prayers that other believers have prayed blessing over people, and we can take that and apply it and speak those same things over people. But it's not just others that we need to do this with. We need to watch what we're saying over ourselves. Sometimes we are very we beat ourselves up with the things that we say, and sometimes we cover it in a joke. But it's no funny matter, because our words are powerful, and so the things that we're saying out and over ourselves can affect us. And so if you catch yourself doing that, then stop and bless yourself where you were once putting yourself down, because you need to speak life over yourself. We have a lot of things coming against us in a day. We don't need to join in with that. We need to be blessing ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you today that your words are powerful. So go use it with life. Use those words to bring life and not death. And bless yourself and bless others. Bye.